Hello, hi guys, welcome to ThomTech tutorial. So in this session we are going to see how we can integrate AWS S3 with Snowflake by leveraging external stage and some IAM rules and storage integrations and some rules and policies. So we will see that when we upload a file in S3 bucket through any mechanism, automatically we can get our data loaded into external stage and then from external stage into the Snowflake tables. So that's what we are going to see here, how this integration can be done and maintained. So we are not going to show the automation part, that is using the Snowpipe, but we are going to see the passload using the copy activity by leveraging different techniques to cover up the bidirectional connectivity between Amazon S3 services and the Snowflake. So without delay, let's get into the practical demonstrations. And first of all, let's get into let's get into the Snowflake. Let me just remove everything, wipe out everything. Okay, so this is my Snowflake database or Snowflake Snowsite UI, which I am using in order to create my objects in Snowflake that I need for my tutorial. Okay, so let's go here. So this is my Amazon account which I have created. Now let me just go and open the services that we are looking for, that is S3 bucket. So we have different services. We have S3 bucket, we have glaciers, and we have other services. Okay, so let's open the S3 bucket. Yeah, and let's create a new bucket, give a name to it, demo tech new. Scroll down, we have some settings which we can enable, disable based on our requirement. So I am disconnecting or I am unchecking this one, that is block all public access, because our Snowflake needs to communicate to our AWS S3 services. So I have to like untick that and enable it. Add the tags if you require. These are three types of encryptions that if you want we can add it, and then click on create. So unknown error, this is because conflicting condition operation is currently in progress against the policy. Okay, so maybe that I was having the same name before and that's why it is showing like this. Let me just put another name, that is 2, and try to create this bucket, and now it is created. Okay, so let me open this bucket and try to create a folder. It's like a subfolder as source. Scroll down, you can set the encryption at the folder levels as well. Okay, so go and create the folder. Now you go inside this, create another folder, it is customer. Go down here, click on create folder. Let me go here and upload some files. Go here, click on add files and add one file. Okay, and just click on upload. So one of my customer file is added in this subfolder under the S3 bucket, and then close it. So that's it. Now what I will do, let me just go back to buckets and click on the bucket and go to the property. You will see I will have a ARN detail for this bucket. So we use it if we are creating some custom policies for our roles, but I think it is not required for now. Okay, so now next resource or next services that we are going to use will be role, that is IAM role. Click on this IAM role. So we need a role in order to drive the permissioning from Snowflake Snowflake to AWS and vice versa. So we need a role for that. So let's click on role, click on create role, and we have different options here. AWS service, so if you are going to provide access to any AWS service itself within the same account, we can use this one. If you have to access a different AWS account, or if you are accessing a third-party tool like Snowflake, then we need to select the AWS account. Select that, go down, click on the external IDs, go and give an external value. It's a dummy value which we will override with some other values. Go here and just provide the full access to S3. Click on this, click on this value, click on next, and just provide the role S3 bucket. Okay, Click on create. If you want to add tags, again you can add those tags. So we have different permissions. We have inbuilt permissions. Also we can create custom permissions from our side, and we can alter that using the JSON editor. Okay, so that's it. Now next is going into the Snowflake canvas. Let's try to create like some objects. So first of all, let me create some objects like create warehouse demo. Okay, create or replace. Let's use replace as well, and let's see if that works for warehouse or not. Okay, so it's created. Then I have a database. Let me create a database with the demo this and try to run this. This is completed. Now let's copy this, go down, paste it here. Let's create or replace a schema. So I'm just planning to create a schema under my database that I have created, and it's going to be raw. Okay, let's create this. So my schema is created. Next is I'm going to create what? So let's create a table or probably a file format. Create or replace file format. Okay, with headers passed. So type I'm going to say it is going to be your CSV, and then we have different options that we can provide while creating the file formats, which probably you can refer in the Snowflake documentation. So let's go here into the Snowflake documentation. If I scroll up in the list or scroll down in the list, yeah, click on create file format, and then you can discover so many properties. Okay, next I'm going to give the field delimiter is going to be your comma separated, so I'm giving this field optionally enclosed by equals to this. Okay, and then I have, if you want to give like a trim space, you can give trim space. Then we have parse header equals to true. Okay, let's go here and check for parse header equals to true. And then we have, yeah, so we have like multiple options. If you want, you can just check like which one is appropriate for your use cases. Okay, and then since we are going to additionally get some columns from the metadata object into the table that we are going to create, and because of that we need to include one more property, that is error. Let's check that. What was it? Error on column count mismatch. On column error on column count mismatch equals to false. Okay, so that means if there is any column count mismatch, then it's false. Otherwise it will break and it will not load the data. Okay, so that's it. I think pretty much we have covered all the properties that we need for now. Let's try to create it and let's see. So this is created. Now next one is creating a table. Create or replace table. Let's give a name, customer. Okay, parenthesis open and closed, and here we need to open the file in order to get the columns that we need. So let's go to this and open the customer file that we have. Okay, so these are the columns. Let's copy this, go back to your Snowflake canvas and paste it, and now let's build the data types. Okay, let's go here. For time being, I'm just making everything string except for IDs. String, you can use like ChatGPT's and other copilots if you want, if it is enabled at your side in order to build the query if you need. So I'm just trying to type it, so I just want to like practice it a bit. Go back, make this, go to the state string, go to zip string, and this is tiro version, which is helpful to look out for any sort of changed records. Timestamp ntz9. Okay, that's it. So these are the columns from the table, and additionally I'm going to include few more, that is file name, which is going to be string, file row number, which will be integer, then I have file content key, which is going to be string, then we have file last modified modified last modified, this is going to be timestamp ntz. Okay, and then finally we will have start scan time. Okay, which is going to be again like ntz. Let me just copy this, okay, and remove this. Okay, so that's it. So my table should be created now. Let's go run this, and now my table is created. Select star from the table, and this is blank for now. Okay, so my next step is to create the storage integration. Create or replace storage integration, which is demo int. Okay, and what I need to provide here is the URL. No, so here I need to provide is so what I need to provide, so here basically I need to provide the type. A type is going to be external stage. Okay, and storage provider is going to be my S3, because I'm using S3 and not anything related to Azure. And then I have enabled equals to true. Then next one is storage AWS role RNA ARNA. Okay, this is going to be your role that we are going to copy in a while. Then we have storage allowed locations. Yeah, that's it. Yeah, so that's it. Now let me just copy this path. Storage AWS role RNA. So for this, what we need to do is go to your IAM role that you have created. Go here, go to the permissions. Here you will find a path, that is our ARN path. Copy that, go back here and simply paste it here. And now path, so you need to look out for the path. So path, you are going to get it from the S3 bucket. Let me click on S3, open it in a new window, and click on this, go to the properties, and simply copy this, or you can directly copy it from here as well. Go here, probably not like this. Let's do another thing. Yeah, so let's go back here. Okay, and let's try to open this, and you will find the path, right? Let's copy this, let's see, or you can say copy S3 URI. Let's try this. Yeah, perfect. So this is fine, I think. Now let's try to create this storage integration. Click on this, run it. So this is created. Okay, so once this is created, you can do show integrations. You will find that all the integrations created. So this is the integration that I need, which I need to describe integration this and run this, and you will find that I got some entries here. So I have to make use of entry 5. It will give you all the details that we have provided while creating the integration. Okay, so row number 5, which is the IAM user ARN, and then I have storage external ID. I need to note this. Let's copy this first one, user ARN. Copy this, go to your role, go to the trust relationships, edit the policy, go here and paste it here. Okay, the next one, go here, go to this external ID, copy this, go to the trust policy, replace it with the dummy value that you have provided at the beginning of the role creation. Go down and simply update the policy. So that is done. Now the next is to create the stage. So basically stage is the actually the bridging factor, the actual bridging factor between the S3 buckets and the Snowflake. Okay, so let's go ahead, create or replace stage. Stage name is demo stage. Okay, URL, you can provide the URL. Go here, copy this and pass it here, and then you can do integration or storage integration. So let's give storage integration equals to, copy this and pass it this. Okay, and file format, let's make it as CSV. Okay, so let's see what happens. Okay, so let's try to put that in single quotes. Okay, so file format is not available. So okay, so let's remove this file format for now. We will see how we can. Okay, and then now let's go ahead and so this is created, I think. Let's create it now, the external stage. So external stage is created. All right, so now let's try to query or list down the external stage and see how many files we have. List, go here and put it like this. You will find the files that is associated with this stage. So you will see one file that we have uploaded is available here. Second, you can scroll it down a bit, and then you can see how to query the data to check whether we have the records or not. So let's go here, 1 comma 2 from the stage that you have created. Go here, put this value and run this. Okay, just make sure that there is no space between the dollar and the number. Okay, so you can see this is working fine. So the next step is copying the data from the external stage that you have created. So since now we have the external stage created, you can access easily the customer files, as well as you can put the vendor file, product file, dim locations, any files that we need, and automatically you can create the tables in your Snowflake and load it using this copy activity. So now we are using copy into customer. Okay, from demo stage. Okay, from demo stage slash customer. Okay, slash. So that's it. Then we need to again pass some properties in order to load it. Okay, that is file format. File format equals to the file format that you have defined before the creation of the table, that is this one, file format with header passed, and then you have on error continue, on error continue. Next is on error continue, On error is going to be continued, and then next one that we are going to use is match by column. Match by column name. Match by column name equals to case insensitive. Case insensitive. Okay. Case insensitive. And then we will say include metadata equals to bracket open bracket closed, and here we will include some metadata fields, that is file name, and this will get generated from metadata dollar file name. Okay, that's the first one. Then we have file row number, then we have file row number, which will be equals to metadata file row number, file row number. Okay, next one is file content key, which will be pulled from metadata file content key, file last modified. Next one, which will be pulled from the metadata dollar file last modified, last modified. So this is there, and then you have start scan time, which is going to be metadata dollar start scan time. Okay, so that's it. So pretty much that's it. And then let's try to like load the data. So as of now I think it will be empty. Select staff from customer. Let's run it. Yeah, it is blank. So let's try to load this. We need to put a comma here, comma here, comma here, and that's it. Let's try to run this now and see. Copy executed with 0 profiles processed. This could be because of the subfolder name. So let's see. This is source and this is customer. So as we know, it's case sensitive. So what we have to do is maybe make this as capital, and let's try that now. Yeah, I think it's getting loaded. You can see loaded, 30 records loaded, and then internally we have different table functions that we can use, like query history, load history, copy history, in order to see what was the status of the load. Okay, let's query this table and see like what has been loaded. Scroll up and you will see the data has been loaded perfectly with some metadata fields that we can leverage for our further processing into the core table or into our data warehouse tables. Okay, so that's it about this demo. So likewise we can create same for vendors, product, name, location, attributes, country, or any other dimensional tables which will be like master tables from the source side, and all the sales table as well. Okay, and we can load it accordingly. So once it is loaded, we can use different procedures that is written in stored procedures in SQL language, or we can use PySpark codes in order to be called through the task context, or we can create like snow pipes as well. So yeah, probably I will try to cover that in coming sessions, but as of now for this demo I think that's it. Thank you guys. Let me know if you guys have any questions around this. Bye, take care.